Yay, another speed paint that features Link. Yep. So I am working here on a phone case design because I want a Zelda phone case as, usual. But all of the Zelda phone cases that I find are either ugly or too dark, and I just wanted something cutesy because I am super into cutesy, and so I had to make one of my own because that's just how life is sometimes. I will say that I do end up not using this design for my own phone case. I designed a different one later on that you'll see a speed paint of, but yes, the original plan was to use this for my phone case, but if you end up liking how this looks, you can buy this as a phone case or as stickers. So that's on my Redbubble. You can check that out later. But time to get on with the speed paint. So usually when I have a speed paint that features Link or any kind of Zelda character, I tend to talk about Legend of Zelda, but I decided that I don't really have much to say about Legend of Zelda right now, so I'm gonna just be answering some art questions that I get. I don't know if this is gonna count as part of the Q&A because I'm gonna film the real Q&A hopefully this week or next week. But I'm just gonna answer some art related ones, and yeah. So one of the most common questions I get for some reason is what canvas size I use. Since I I don't use Tumblr a lot right now, but I did before, and so my canvas size was very influenced by the Tumblr dimensions, I guess, for the photo sets. So for the best quality of Tumblr pictures, I guess, your pictures have to be at least 540 pixels wide. So most of my canvas sizes are of a minimum of that width, but it's still kind of small for me. I work best on larger canvases. So it's usually at least 1080 pixels wide, most of my pictures. That's the minimum for me, just because I really like working on bigger canvases. For some people consider that to be a small canvas. So I don't know. I'm not very good with very small canvases, though. I'm not good with limited space, so traditional art is very hard for me because you can't really increase paper size. So, yep. What other questions? What other questions? Another question I get is how I draw facial expressions. I don't. My facial expressions are not that fluid as they used to be. But a huge inspiration for facial expressions is what's his name? Furudate I hope I pronounced his name right. I don't know. I'm very white. The author and illustrator of Haikyuu, which is my favorite all-time anime and manga. The volleyball one. Anybody who watches or I guess reads the manga because that has better facial expressions knows that he is incredible with facial expressions. Just amazing. I do a lot of the facial expressions that you'll see in the end slate thing that I have are inspired by him, especially like that kind of weird cat mouth. It's very sharp. I don't know. I draw myself with that mouth a lot, and I got it from him. Mouth shapes I get a lot from him, and yeah, and I have a lot of manga caps. I guess is that what they're called? Saved in my phone and my computer because it's just so nice looking at those facial expressions. He's so good. I encourage you to look up some of that stuff. I actually have a tag on my Tumblr. Maybe I'll leave it up because I need to post more of that stuff. But so good. He is huge inspiration for me art wise. Mostly for, facial expressions. Okay, moving on. I can talk about him forever. How did you go from transitioning from pen and paper to tablet? So, did I say tablet weird there? I got my tablet when I was around 14, my first tablet, I think, 14 or 13 or 15. And I had a lot of difficulty transitioning from, traditional to digital. And back then, I drew a lot better traditionally than digitally. So what I would do is I would draw on my sketchbook first, and then I would scan it, or I would, take a picture of it with my phone, somehow get that picture onto my computer, and then I would trace over it, with my tablet. And that went on for quite a while. And then I realized, hey, I am not at all improving on my digital art doing this method because, all of the time that I could have been spent practicing using my tablet, I was kind of finding an easy way out. So that's kind of a thing that I did at first. I don't recommend that you do it for too long because you won't improve. The only way to improve from going from digital or traditional to digital is practice. Of course, draw using your tablet. Don't rely on paper and pen to be with you all the time. But yeah, that's kind of something that I wanted to get out there. What was I gonna say? But yeah, it's just a lot of practice and a lot of self-hatred. But that's honestly the only way to transition, I guess, and to try not to compare yourself too much, to compare your artwork. Yeah. Now I'm better digitally than traditionally, but I know if I practice traditional more, I would be better at that. So just depends on what you're willing to put your time into, I guess. Here's a question that I've been avoiding, which is where can I send you my art so that you can give me criticism or tell me what you think about it? And here's the thing, I don't want to do that at all. I'm not good at critiquing other people's work. I don't feel like I have I don't know, I'm just not good at it. I don't have the experience, or I don't have the authority, or I'm not very good at just giving critiques, honestly. And I've had people send me their, what is it, portfolios or whatever they're called, and asking me to give them advice. And I've never made one myself. I don't know what they're looking for, the art schools that you're applying to. I just don't know. I don't have that knowledge in me. So please do not send me your work and then ask, hey, how does this look? Or can you tell me what I can do to improve? Because I'm just going to ignore you. I'm so sorry. I know that makes me sound really bad, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that kind of stuff. So you should find somebody who is better at that, or who has the qualifications, or there's a lot of artists out there who are very good at giving that kind of advice and critiques, and I am not one of them. So please just find somebody else. Okay, cool, thank you. Sorry. Another question I get is if people can use my art as their phone wallpapers or their icons, or etc., etc. It depends. So when it comes to phone, like wallpapers, I'm totally fine with you using my art as that. I'm honored that you would even like my art enough to use it as a wallpaper. So go ahead and do that. That's totally cool. As for icons, yes, you can use my art for icons, for your icon, but please credit me in, your description or something. Make sure you credit me somewhere where it's easy to see. Some people will credit me, but it's like in a weird page that nobody ever visits, and so that kind of sucks. And I know you do it on purpose, so please just have me credited there. Don't take credit for my work. And yeah. And then I also see people use my art as their icons, but then they edit it, like they add filters and they add flower crowns. I guess it's not that big of a deal if you do that. I don't really care, I guess. So go ahead and do that. Just, still give me credit because it's still my picture, you just because you add a couple stickers doesn't mean that you make it yours. So, yep. So that's the thing. How do you keep your art style so consistent? So, the thing is, with a lot of these questions, I feel like I'm repeating the answer over and over again, which is practice. A lot of things come with a lot of practice. And, yeah, I just drew in this style so many times that it just comes naturally, I guess. It takes a lot of coming up with your art style and being consistent with it. Takes a lot of what is it? Experimenting. Trying different things out, trying different styles out, studying other people's styles. That does not mean, by the way, getting, it does not mean finding an art style that you like and then taking it for your own and only drawing in that style and then saying, oh, can I use your style? I like it. It's mine. No. I mean, studying other people's style, like finding certain things that you like about another person's style, trying to incorporate that. I don't know if that's the word, but trying to put those little things into your own style, build your own style. It's like building blocks, just adding a little thing after the other, meshing it all together. It takes a lot of that to finding your own art style, and it takes a lot of practice to keep it consistent. Feel free to use your own art as references there's no shame in doing that because you're just gonna have to do that a couple of times. And don't feel bad if your art style isn't consistent. I know a lot of people feel very bad about that, and I don't really know why. I mean, yes, having your own art style is pretty cool, and a lot of people like having that, but everybody has to go through that period of having just each of their drawings looking like it's drawn from a different person. You know, everybody has to go through that. So you're still learning, you're still building your own art style. Embrace that time that you have, because eventually you will have an art style that stays consistent, and you will most likely get bored of it, as most people do, and try different things out all over again. So really nobody's happy with what they with what they are accomplishing. So yeah, just don't stress out about it, really. Lots of practice, lots of studying, lots of very time consuming. Yeah. Do you mind if we try to copy your style for the art style challenge? So to those of you who haven't seen some of my, I don't know if they're very recent, but I did a couple videos that have to do like everything about Luca, right? And both of those videos, I did 2 different art styles from 2 different artists that I really admire, because that's an art style challenge where, you know, you try to copy somebody else's style just to kind of learn things and stuff. And yes, yes, I don't know. What was the question? I do not mind if you copy my style for an art style challenge. There. I actually really like it when people try to attempt my art style, just because I still don't see my art style, I guess. So to get to see somebody else try to draw the way that I draw is super interesting, and to see how other people interpret my art style is super interesting. So yeah, a couple of people have done it, you know, it's really cool to see the results. So if you do end up doing the art style challenge and you want to do my art style, go ahead and feel free to tag me on Twitter or Tumblr or Instagram, because I would love to see the results. So yep, cool. Feel free to do that. I love it. Geez, I was looking through my Tumblr inbox for all of these, or most of these questions, and there are so many questions that I haven't gotten to. I'm kind of overwhelmed, but I'll try to make another one of these videos for different subjects. So hopefully I answered some of your questions. I know there's a lot I didn't get to. I am so sorry, but the speed paint is over. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being patient with my videos. I don't have a lot of free time anymore, but I complain about it too much already. So, yep, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribble. I guess subscribble, whatever. So original. Thank you again, and I love you. Please be safe. Okay, bye.